Hello folks, Pipeman 1861 here. As you can see, beard and mustache is slowly coming back. Well, sitting out in the backyard amidst a sea of extremely long grass that I very badly have to mow the next few days. It's just been so doggone wet and so doggone busy that I have not had a chance to do it. So, next couple of days we're going to get to it. I'm on call this week at work, and that's keeping me busy, but everything's going pretty good. Sorry about that. Tonight I'm going to be smoking one of my favorite Codger blends, Lane 1Q, in the Lane Limited tobacco jar that I got for free because I bought a pound of it. And I'm smoking my Old Barling. A little bit of a change there. We had some pretty good storms come through here last night. I was out on a late call, and I was rushing to get the silly thing done before the storms hit because I could see them coming, and I was on the outside of a building with the door open, and I really didn't want to be standing there when the 60+ mile-an-hour winds hit. Thankfully I got done, started driving home before it hit. I know a lot of people were without power. We never lost power where we were, but it was kind of fun. Driving home in that, believe me, was not enjoyable. But I hope everybody here is okay. I know there was tree damage and whatnot around from the high winds, but so I hope everybody's okay. We ended up being fine, except for the bipolar pig got blown off of our front porch, or front step, I should say. And to explain what the bipolar pig is, or what a bipolar pig is, a few years ago we went to a yard sale, and there was one of those little happy, it was a little happy pig wearing blue coveralls. It was holding a sign. It had its legs crossed Indian style, and it had a little sign that said welcome. It was holding it. I think it was like $1 or $2. My wife really loved that, so we went ahead and bought it. It's been sitting on her front porch, their front steps. Well, we didn't realize at the time we bought it that that sign is double-sided. One side says welcome, and the other side, if you flip it over, says go away. And somebody, we know not who, man, humid out, flipped the sign the other day while we weren't home from welcome to go away. I got a kick out of that. Probably, we halfway suspect it was the UPS guy, and if that was the case, kudos to him. That was a good practical joke. Anyway. Man, you can't see me halfway. Foggy out. But no, we're doing good. This is just going to be kind of a pipe chat with a few shout outs today, I think. First shout out is Piper 209, or 209 Piper. Johnny, I'm glad that your prize arrived safely. I'm glad you like it, and I'm very glad the hat fits you, your smoking cap. I'm glad it fits you. And I'm glad that that pipe is to your liking. You would not believe the sinking feeling I got when I started cleaning that up. I saw that little crack starting to form there. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But, what are you gonna do? It's an estate pipe, so I think it turned out pretty good. And as long as you kind of smoke it slow and careful for the first few times until you build up a carbon cake, I think it'll be a good long-lived friend for you. And let me know what you think about Granny's kitchen. I've had enough of that tobacco to last me a good long while, so I figured it was time somebody else had some fun with it. Porch Piper Tom. I was thinking the other day, you know, you really like Creamer's Smoke Shop there. And I've been there a couple times, and I really like that little place too. It's about 2 hours away from my house. But one of these days, me, you, maybe just me and you, but I'd like to get me, you, Pat, Paladin Piper, and your buddy, your pipe smoking buddy, and maybe Joshua Gentry with Gentry Vintage. And I think we should meet there at Creamer's on a nice Saturday sometime and have ourselves a YTPC get together. I think that would be fun because, you know, Pat lives, I know, around the Louisville area, so does Josh Gentry. You live across the river in Indiana there, and I live up near Cincinnati, so it'd be the longest trek for me, but I think it would be fun to everybody to get together, get to know each other personally. Maybe make a video, you know, fight over who gets to post it. But I think it would be fun. So one of these days we all need to get into corresponding together, and I mentioned it to Pat before over video, but we need to get together, figure out a Saturday that would work for everybody, which will be difficult, but I think it'd be fun. You know, we sort of visit each other through these videos, but I think it'd be fun to visit each other in person on occasion too, particularly when you're not too terribly far away from each other. I always forget about how good Lane 1Q is. I really enjoy this tobacco. I don't smoke it enough. Probably have a half a pound of it left in here, you know. But smoke's so good. You know, smoke's nice and cool. It's very mild. Has a very pleasant sweet flavor. So I like it a lot. I had a couple other people I wanted to shout out. Well, if I forget anybody, if I remember, I will put them down in the description. I'll link to their channel. So make sure that you go down and check out that little list, because that's where you'll find that. We basically got the chicken coop done with the exception of the last upper half of the sides, the siding, you know. We hardware clothed inside the coop to critter proof it, and the chicks are in there. They have a little heater in there where they can stay warm and whatnot. But we got the wood finally to finish the rest of it, and I will be putting the last siding boards on it the next few days, and we'll get it all fixed up. I'm looking forward to that project being over and done with. It's one of those projects that, you know, it's kind of drug on a little longer than I wanted it to. Couldn't really be helped, but it's nice that we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, that was the other shout out. Pat, Paladin Piper. I wanted to, not really a shout out, just wanted to tell you that I'm having fun with your pipe week. Incidentally, happy pipe week, everybody. I keep forgetting. It's pipe week for some reason. You know, I remember International Pipe Smoking Day, but I never remember pipe week. So, happy pipe week, everybody. But wanted to tell you I've been really enjoying the trivia, the corncob pipe trivia that you've been doing for Pipe Week, and I think that's a lot of fun. But I've been thinking, not to change gears or anything, but I have been thinking the last several months. I know I've done giveaways before and all that, but Pat works very hard every year to do the Codger Challenge. And I think he's providing quite the impressive and important service to the YTPC by doing that. I think everybody has a lot of fun with it. This was my first time participating in it the challenge. Now, I did a slow smoke last year, but the Codger Challenge, smoking one thing all month, this year was the first time I had done it, and I had a ball with that. I had a lot of fun. Learned some things about myself in the process, too. Namely, again, I get sick of things if I do have them too often. But I was thinking that maybe if he gets, I'm kind of afraid, and I don't want to speak for him because, you know, that's not my place at all, but I wanted to extend an offer, I guess. Wanted to offer, if for whatever reason you feel like in the future you want to take a break for 1 year from the Codger Challenge, because that is a lot of work putting together those videos. Most people, I don't think, appreciate the amount of work. Well, they don't realize the amount of work that goes into putting a thing like this on, particularly to the scale that Pat does. So I would like to offer to Pat that if he ever wants a break, I would be more than happy to put on the Codger Challenge, or at least help with it, you know, in any way he wants me to. Whatever he wants, you know, because I know I've learned from personal experience that you can, when you first start out doing something, you do it just strictly for the fun of it, and you do it because you enjoy it. And then after a while, it starts seeming like people expect you to do it, and it becomes an obligation more than just the fun thing, and that takes a lot of the fun out of it. And I don't want that to happen with him, or with the Codger Challenge. So I wanted to extend that offer to him, because it's, and I'm sure other people probably have as well, at least I would hope so. But I think that is a fun annual thing that we should always have in one form or another. And if he ever needs a break, Pat, you just let me know, and we'll discuss how we might be able to take some weight off your shoulders with that. Because I, for one, really enjoy that every year, and I really enjoy the way you put it on. And it's become a staple in the YTPC. And matter of fact, your Codger Challenge is what got me into, or at least one of your giveaways is what got me into the YTPC. I think I've said that many times before. So I think it's important. But anyway, enough about that. But just been on my mind. But anyway, well, I've been going for almost 15 minutes, so I think I probably had better let you folks go. Nothing worse than a captive audience. But anyway, folks, I appreciate you all watching. As always, this is Pipe Man 1861 saying goodbye, good luck, may the good Lord take a liking to you. I'll see you all again real soon, and as always, happy smoking. Thank you, folks. Bye now.